Ah, Peace be to you all. Assalamualaikum. Omar, physician associate, health educator, and middle age endurance runner here. So today is Wednesday. I just did a 5K. I feel like I'm getting a little bit faster. Alhamdulillah. Um, so today I'm going to do a follow-up video on exercise. What I'm going to talk about is role in mental health. And this is in relation to these mass shootings that we've had in the past year. There was another one a day or two ago. It was 18 children were killed. And this was by yet another young man, 18-year-older. Last week, of course, there was another 18-year-older that killed a bunch of folks. That was seen as a hate crime. But, you know, when is it murder a hate crime? You know, whether it's against women's, blacks, Latinos, Asians, members of the LGBTQIA community, or Muslims. When is it? I mean, if you're murdering people, to me, it's a crime of hatred, and you can mix mental health in there as a reason for why a person would take those measures. But I don't think it makes things any better or any more palatable. What I do want to talk about is the role of exercise in mental health. So almost all of these mass murders have been done by men, and young men in particular. So the mass shootings in the white community, I think, is more, of course, this young man I did it yesterday was Latino or Hispanic. It's seems to go along. It seems to be consistent with that particular demographic. In the inner city where I work, it's a lot of young black men killing each other. And I guess now the way the media spins it, if it's more than two people, then it's considered a mass killing. But that's politics. I don't care about politics. I really don't. I don't care about Republican or Democrat. I care about people's lives. That's what I care about. I don't ask my patients what their political leanings are, what party they're with. Silly. I used to say something's got to be done. I don't think anything can be done anymore to stop it. You say get the guns off the street. Well, here in Washington, D.C., we had an initiative where people actually being paid to turn in their guns. It didn't help. You know, our killings, are now up. You know, our mayor, Muriel Bowser, God bless her efforts. She doesn't really know what to do, just like the mayors before her don't know what to do, because our homicide rate is still very high. I think it is a mission. It is an issue of mental health among our young men. They've seen murder as a coping mechanism, and you can call it by these silly names, toxic masculinity, or whatever this kind of PC culture comes up with. I think it's an issue of a combination of things: bad parenting, mental health, maybe accessibility to guns. I mean, I spent part of my childhood in the country in Brandywine, Maryland. Everybody, like all of our neighbors, had guns. We didn't have mass. We had actual hunting. You could hunt in Maryland back in the 80s anyway. And there weren't mass killings, at high schools, and certainly not elementary schools. So something else is going on. I don't know what it is. I've lost count of the number of mass murders. I've lost count of the number of my patients, my black patients to whom I've spoken, who have lost a son to gun violence. There's no end to it. And doctors don't have the answers. They don't. I'm sorry. No disrespect to the MDs and DOs. They don't. I saw a news show where all these doctors in their white coats were on a panel, and Dan Rather, or some big shot news reporter, this was years ago, they were asking him, what can be done? And they was like, well, this needs to be done, and that needs to be done, and as a doctor, this needs to be done. They don't know. there's no panacea for it. There's no prescription you can write for it. As I mentioned in my last video, I'm not an advocate of throwing pills at everything. You know, pharmaceutical industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry for pharmaceuticals. I'm not saying that some people don't need pharmaceuticals to help them with their mental health issues. But I've got family members with mental health issues, and they've told me that the pills don't really help them. So that's not the cure. I do think things like lifestyle modification, running, it helps me mentally. I got burned out in my profession. I've been doing this for a long time. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've worked long hours, and it can lead to burnout. Exercise has helped me tremendously. I'd be very depressed or at least anxious if I didn't have my exercise regimen. So I think that is a good outlet for our young men. I've got 3 young men. They're 22, 18, and 14, and a 20-year-old daughter. But they, at least for my young men, the exercise has helped them, with their issues. It's helped stabilize them. It's helped them get through anxiety issues and things like this. I wish there were more organized programs, not just in schools, but in our community centers where young men could have that kind of physical outlet. They can punch a boxing bag, or even if they want to shoot something, go out to a shooting range, or maybe an indoor shooting range or something, where they could get those outlets. I don't know, guys. I'm at a loss for what to do or cures. I didn't like Biden's speech yesterday. Come on, man. We need to do something. Come on. You're the one with the power, supposedly. I mean, what are you blaming people for? Getting all the guns off the street? I don't know if that's the answer. Putting the guns in everybody's hands so they can defend themselves? I don't think that's the answer either. So I don't know what to do. But just ask the Lord to grant solace to the remaining family members and friends of the victims, of those who've lost their lives to gun violence. I don't know. Maybe you guys have some suggestions. Please leave your answers in the comments. Be polite, lest you get expeditiously deleted. But yeah, leave some clues. What do you think some answers are to this situation that we have? And I think it's unique to America. I'm not sure. I'm ignorant about a lot of these things. Anyway, that's it for now. If you guys have an interest in being a physician associate or health educator like me, or if you're even interested in distance running, please feel free to contact me. I've enjoyed talking to some of you guys. That's it for now. Peace. Take care.